The Atlantic had a great piece about the rise of something known as dark tourism. And that's when people are totally bored of going on these Caribbean vacations or going to Europe. So they decide, you know what, let's go to a war-torn country instead, because that sounds like a ton of fun. Now, there is an organization known as the Dark Tourism Institute, and they've been studying this, and they do want to let you know that dark tourism has been around for a while, where some individuals will go to places like North Korea on their own, but now it's become more commercialized. So just to give you a sense of how much this industry has grown recently, the border adventure tourism industry, which includes travel to war zones and political hotspots, has grown by an average of 65% annually over the past 4 years and is now estimated to be worth $263 billion.
Damn.
It's insane.
So they point out that, people have been doing these crazy adventure trips for a while. I mean, back in the day in England, Thomas Cook apparently took people to see hangings in Cornwall. So that was dark tourism that's even darker, right? And of course, we know that happened in American history as well. So now people are thinking, well, let's make a buck off of it, right? Watching people die, well, that seems like an adventure. So there's one particular story here, but there's many. You can talk about North Korea, Syria, etc., about the Golan Heights and how Israeli tourists go to see the fighting that's happening in Syria, because that's on the border of Syria. I was struck that they would first go to wineries, cherry markets, and artisanal chocolate shops, and then stop over to the border to see if they could see people die in the war.
I'd be stuck on that chocolate shop.
Yeah.
I'll be there all day.
I hear you. And look, I'm not being too judgmental here, because I get it. There's a morbid fascination with it. And if you said to me, look, there's a border right there, and if you look over, you'll see a war, and you'll see people shooting at each other, it's hard to imagine that I wouldn't look. Okay?
Yeah, but that's a situation where it's right there and you're already in that location, and so you have the opportunity and you'll look. But you're not going to go out of your way to put yourself or your friends or your family members in danger just so you can see carnage, right? That's not what you're into. And no, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't care how much you like it, right? When you have Americans going to North Korea and then they get detained because people in North Korea are fucking insane, I don't want to read stories about you and then think about which politician is going to go over there and try to bail your ass out. Don't put yourself in danger. If you're a thrill seeker and you're an adventure seeker, just know that there's a huge possibility that you will be detained by some crazy dictator and his posse, and we shouldn't have to worry about you because you're doing that on your own. I'm tired of having to save people because they're morons.
Well, I totally agree with that. I think that there is a variety of people who do this. Some do it because they have an intellectual curiosity, and others do it because one of the guys at the border said, we should terminate all these guys with full power. Right? So he gets off on watching people die. So you've got that spectrum. But either way, I'm 100% with Anna. I got no interest in rescuing you. So you go to some, people would go into the middle of Iraq at its bloodiest time, although that's close to now, but in 2006, and try to convert Muslims into Christianity. Have you lost your frickin' mind? And then I got to go rescue you when you become a hostage, etc. There's people that go into North Korea, try to convert them to Christianity. There are different people that go into hostile other religious situations, try to convert people to Islam, and it goes on and on. I mean, look, you're mental, dude, and then I shouldn't have to pay the price for your insane proclivities.
Right.
So, or if it has nothing to do with religion, but you're like, oh, this is so cool. I'm in North Korea. Now look, there's a concentration. And there's an element of you looking like into a zoo.
Right.
I think that's what's uncomfortable.
I think that's the part of it that also rubs me the wrong way. Just the idea of someone going to a country where people are being oppressed in some way and then getting some sort of enjoyment out of watching that.
Yeah, did you bring popcorn along? So you can tell, even though I think there's a spectrum of people and some people mean well, I'm uncomfortable with the whole process, and I'm certainly uncomfortable in rescuing you if you inevitably get into trouble, which you will, because the North Korean government is not kind of a dictatorship, it's totally a dictatorship. And then at some point, if they get you, then we got to send over former presidents to go rescue. Now, like in the case where we actually sent former presidents, it was actually a reporter, by the way, to be fair, and they were doing their job. And that's a totally different ballgame. We need that information for, knowledge, and so we know what to do and how to react, etc. But when you're just goofing off, having a good time, and you think that's your idea of a vacation, I don't want to go in the middle of Syria to come get you.
Yeah, agreed, 100%.
And if you ask me to go on this vacation, my idea of a vacation is sitting by water somewhere and reading a nice book. I ain't got no interest. Ain't nobody got time for that, man. Oh, are you interested in like a harrowing situation where you'll be stressed the fuck out because you could die at any moment or get kidnapped by Muslim terrorists or any other kind of terrorist?
Us Americans barely get any vacation time anyway. Why are you going to put yourself in danger once you get a little time off work?
Dude, vacationing with 2 young kids is stressful enough. I don't need to go deal with ISIS in the middle of it. Okay. No, thank you.